Hello everyone, this is Jack. Well, everybody knows egg prices are going up and there are many factors contributing to the rise of the egg prices. I personally experienced that the cost of feed is going up. The cost of feed has doubled in past 1 year. That's definitely going to raise the egg prices. However, I was watching PBS News and on that I saw, because of the avian bird flu that's going on, poultry farms are being asked or forced to kill their flocks. So if few chickens get infected, they kill off the entire flock. So up until now, 15 to 20% of chicken population has been killed because of the avian bird flu. Now that's definitely going to raise the egg prices. Now if you're thinking about keeping chickens for eggs, I'm going to cover everything you need to know to do so. Now there are many concerns about keeping chickens, such as the initial cost of investment, all the infrastructure that's needed, the health concern that chickens are very noisy, and also that it's really hard to keep chickens. Now, some of these are actually true, while the other are a total baloney. So I'm going to cover everything that you need to know on the reasons not to keep chickens and also the benefits of keeping chickens. So let's get started. Now, the very first reason why you should not keep chickens, and I really mean by this one, is maintenance. Now, chickens are not as high maintenance as compared to other pets, but if you don't have enough time to feed them every day, keep their water clean and keep their bedding clean, maybe chickens are not right for you. So you have to make sure you have enough time in a day to feed them, keep their water clean, and also keep their bedding clean as well. And if you're going on a vacation, you have to make sure you have a friend or a relative that can come and take care of them at least once a day. Number two, the cost of initial investment. Yeah, it does take a little bit upfront money to start keeping chickens. You need to buy a chicken coop, you need to buy proper fencing for them. So if you're short on cash or you're not willing to spend money upfront to keep chickens, maybe chickens is not right for you. However, all these investments pay up in long term. So you don't have to worry too much about spending money upfront. I personally don't, because the fencing, the chicken coop, they last over 10 years. So it's not really anything to be worried about. But if you're short on cash and you can't do it, it's another reason for you not to have chickens. Now, while I keep talking about reasons not to keep chickens, let me also dispel some myths about chickens as well. Now, another reason they tell you not to keep chickens is that chickens are very noisy. Let me tell you, I got 24 chickens here and they barely make any noise. They make some chirping sounds that are very soothing to listen to. So I would actually bring my chair out here and just watch my chickens or listen to my chickens. Now, roosters do make a lot of noise, and a lot of cities have an ordinance not to keep roosters. You can only keep hens. So if you're worried about noise, I would suggest only keeping hens. Number three, space. Now, chicken loves to roam around and they do need space. I have a 75 by 75 feet area for 24 chickens back there. Now, if you want to keep about 4 chickens, you at least need 20 by 20 feet area. When we were flooded here, I let these chickens out, and they even went up to 500 to 600 feet away to scratch the bugs from the wood chips around the trees. And they were happy. They would go all over. Even in this area, they're really happy, but they would rather have a lot of area to roam around. So if you don't have enough space, maybe keeping chickens is not right for you. Number 4, predation. Now, if you live in an area where you have lots of coyotes or hawks and you have a lot of predator pressure, maybe keeping chickens is not such a great idea to attract all of these predators near your home. Now, you can build really secure fences or chicken coops or a chicken run for them. However, these predators have a way of breaking in as well, such as mountain lions too. So if you live in an area where you have these predators, maybe keeping chickens is not such a wise idea. But if you don't have to worry about it. Number 5, the chickens can wreak havoc in your garden. Now, sometimes these chickens go out, what they will do is start eating my vegetable plants, or they will scratch around the vegetable plants and they will uproot a plant. They are really good at scratching and finding the bugs. So they can destroy the garden as well. So you have to keep an eye on them or provide a safe area, a fenced-in area for them. Now, another reason, which I'm not really including in the reasons to not keep chickens, is the reason that has actually keep me very concerned, and that's the price of feed that's keep going up. My feed has almost doubled in price in just about a year, and it just keeps going up. So we try to feed them kitchen scraps, grass clippings. I make a pile of wood chips for them so they can scratch and find the bugs. However, you also have to supplement them with some sort of egg-laying pellets or scratch grains, and the price of those just keep going up. Now, another reason most people decide not to keep chickens is the health concern. That chicken can harbor disease. As long as you're not licking them and kissing them, I would not be concerned. Just wash your hands afterwards if you touch them or handle them or pet them. That's all that is needed. and the eggs from the chickens that you actually have from your own chickens has no more risk than the eggs from the grocery store. So you don't have to worry about it. You never should eat raw eggs. You should always cook your eggs. If you cook your eggs, you have nothing to worry about. Now I made a separate video on the cost analysis of keeping chickens, so check that out if you're interested. So basically, if you keep chickens towards the end of their lifespan, which is what we do here, the cost of keeping chickens goes a little bit higher in the revenue they bring in from the eggs. So that does happen. However, don't let that be a deterrent for you to keep your chickens, because they bring in more than eggs. There's lots of more benefits of keeping chickens, which I'll discuss as well. However, let's talk about those eggs. The eggs that you get from your own chickens taste way better and richer than any store-bought eggs I've ever had. So if you really want to compare these eggs would compare to $9 to $10 a dozen eggs that you get from free-range organic poultry farms. There are certain farms that actually sell their eggs for $10 a dozen. So you can compare your eggs to those. Now when you crack open these eggs, the yolk inside is bright yellow, almost orange. And these are going to be the best tasting eggs you've ever had. Now chickens do require maintenance. However, they are one of the easiest animals you can keep. They are much easier to have dogs or cats or any other pet. And yes, you can have chickens as pet and they make excellent pets as well. And you can come up to you and you can pet them as well. If you raise them from babies, they are very friendly with you. All you have to do is just feed them, water them, and when they're little baby chickens, you have to provide them with heat. And they only need heat for about first 2 to 3 months. However, they are really cute and really fun to have. I've had chickens just fall asleep right in front of my eyes, and that's the best experience you can have. It's such a calm and soothing experience that it's really hard to explain. It's really something that you need to experience for yourself. Now there are many other benefits to having chickens. Now chickens are really good at getting rid of bugs and pests. I made a video on wood chips where you can actually have earwigs, pill bugs, and other bugs in your wood chips. And chickens will go through your wood chips and get rid of all the bugs and the bug eggs. They are the pest eliminators. Another thing they're really good for is creating fertilizer. Chicken manure is really high in nitrogen. So if you let it properly decompose and let it age, they're really good for your plants. And another benefit of having chickens is that you can give them all the grass clippings and all the kitchen scraps, and they will devour it all. So you can utilize all the kitchen scraps and feed it to chickens that would otherwise go to landfill. Now another reason for having chickens is that chickens will actually turn your compost pile. So if you make compost at home, you know you have to turn your compost pile every 3 to 4 days. However, if you have chickens will actually do it for you. That way, you don't have to keep turning your compost pile. Now another really good reason to have chickens is pretty obvious, and that is eggs. Now let me tell you something. When COVID happened in 2020, it was hard to go to grocery stores, and also grocery stores were running out of items, including eggs. So having your own chickens that produce your eggs right in your backyard, that was a blessing. So it's a very wise idea to keep chickens so you can secure your own food supply. So in summary, there are lots of benefits of keeping chickens, and the benefits way outweigh all the costs and expenses associated with keeping chickens. So in my opinion, keeping chickens is an excellent investment. I hope I cleared all the issues and factors involved in keeping chickens. And if you have more stories about chickens or more issues to discuss, leave it in the comments. And if you like this video, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. And I'll see you in another video.